Josh, do you consider yourself a perfect human being?
Only when I talk to you, Joseph.
Oh, I wonder what your wife is going to say. I'm Joe.
I'm Josh.
You've got questions?
Yo, feeling grounded.
Welcome to Feeling Grounded with your hosts, Josh and Joe.
So what we want you all to do right now is subscribe to Feeling Grounded Podcast and like this video. Share this video also to any person that you feel might benefit from this content. Also, follow us at Feeling Grounded Podcast on Instagram. That's at Feeling Grounded Podcast. We would like to see a lot more of you guys engaging on this channel. So please put a question or a comment, like this video because it helps us in the analytics on YouTube and the algorithm. But ultimately, there's a lot of changes that may come in the future for Feeling Grounded, and I'm excited to see what we have in store for you guys. You've got questions?
Yo, feeling grounded.
Entertainment. Where's the entertainment, guys?
So something that I've been struggling with through 2020 and 2021 is the concept of being perfect and how that can leave me incredibly stagnant. Back in quarantine about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, it's coming up to now, can't believe it, geez. I would obsess over all of my passions and trying to get it done because I had so much of this free time that I could really devote to it. And then I would just flounder, you know?
Yeah. So you'd say that you're a perfectionist?
Oh, absolutely. Very anal retentive. There's a lot of truth to practice makes perfect or doing one better. Perfect practice makes perfect. I have a third option. Complete is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Yeah. Like I said before, throughout 2020 and 2021, something became very clear to me. There were a lot of moments when I would start something, get up and not revisit it. Like a song idea, for example, Josh and I are both musicians. I'd end up with like 10 or so decent ideas and then abandon them because I didn't fully like what I saw, or then there was a period where I wasn't writing altogether. It just happened gradually, be it music or other projects.
Yeah, I mean, I can connect with that. I think, and just as you were saying that, I was like, oh, maybe I have some perfectionist tendencies, and definitely towards music. And I've seen myself do the same exact stuff. You start something, you're really inspired, you're kind of chugging away, and then all of a sudden you hit that moment where it's like, oh man, I don't really like this. And then it's dead and it just sits in your files forever. And like literally I was going through them the other day with my wife. I have all these files of different songs that I've like started.
Yes.
And then just never finished. I have little blips and little sounds, little beats, drum beats, all this stuff. And I never continued doing. And some of them were like really good. I revisited. It's like, wow, like why didn't I continue this?
Yeah. It's so normal to be paralyzed by, like for you and me, I can sense that right now, but it's normal for people in general in this day and age to be paralyzed by perfection.
Yeah, I think so, because you want it to be a certain way, and this idealistic tendency that we all have to like desire the best out of something, and then honestly sometimes that's not attainable.
No.
And we make it too hard for ourselves, and then we just give up completely.
Yeah, we think we're like, for me, I think I'll reach perfection when I'm in like a good groove. And oftentimes perfection does not come from just having a good groove. If we're not in a good groove, we're more likely to abandon it, that whole type of thing. That's just been my pattern, a pattern that I noticed in a lot of other people. Getting to perfection isn't an issue of getting into a good groove. It's about consistency, trying over and over again, failing and then just still going forth.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I totally agree. And I think a great example of that is in playing instruments. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Playing the guitar, playing drums, whatever. All of it is like, I need to keep doing this over and over and over and over and over again until I'm perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever really truly get there. I mean, you can play something that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's a solo that you're working on and you think it's perfect, but guaranteed it's not the same. Like there's something Okay, well, yeah, you get it. But
Well, no, going about that too. Like a guitar part. There's one time I recorded from like 8 in the morning all the way until like 4 p.m.
mm,
Like probably like a singular guitar part. That was insane. 8 to 4. It was like a whole ordeal. I was swearing at myself basically like the whole time. It's normal to abandon it when you don't get it perfect. All I'm saying is that just for anybody who's listening, don't do that. Instead of abandoning the project, just continue to tell yourself, I will do it anyway. Because, night's darkest just before the dawn. Like you just be consistent about it, sleep on it, and then most likely you'll be fine. There's a lot of human error that comes each day, and you got to give yourself the break.
no, yeah, definitely. And I think that's a great tip for people who struggle with this concept of like you're doing something over and over again because you're just not happy with it. Just take a break, step away from something, give your ears a rest if you're a musician, give your eyes a rest if you're an artist, like give your hands a rest if you're doing something with your hands, and then just let time heal something, or like give new ideas and bring up inspiration or work on something, like to then get back at it with a new outpoint, a new outlook, a new perspective, a new whatever it could be, to then see what the results could be, or just be content with your work.
Yeah.
And realize the time and effort that you've already put into something is worth something, and that
Right.
it is good, and then just accept it.
It's honestly hilarious because when we go into a project and we continue and continue and continue into the frustration level like a freaking idiot, I'm one to say, it's actually quite hilarious when we do abandon the project just temporarily and then go back into it, and then we get it, the light bulb goes off, and the inner child in us comes out. Oh, I get it. Like, there's nothing better than that feeling. It's literally like a bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. There's nothing. And with your coffee, I feel a sense of bliss and enlightenment when I have that. And the same is true, more so, when I finally get something, the math problem or something that I finally couldn't solve, or the guitar part that I finally something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And as a result, you've learned something, you became better, you've mastered something, and that's just better for your humanity, I think. I've been really reading up on the virtues recently, and like talking about virtue, and going through like epics. What's the one? The Epic of Hercules, where it's all about virtue and like taking the hard path. And so now like practice is important, and but it's important to realize that like perfection is not possible.
Yeah, no.
And it's so hard for us to like wrap our minds around that reality, that like perfection does not exist.
I don't even know where it even comes from.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it does not exist in our reality, I don't think. I mean, obviously there's probably like somewhere like where it does, but within the human, like no way.
No
way, not at all. So you just need to be content and happy, and recognize your effort, your work, and grow in virtue as a result.
Yeah, think about it this way. Get in the room, show up, because most of the people on the planet are not doing what you are doing.
Exactly. And I always think about music stuff, because obviously that's all we know. And so for me, it's like, if I record a really cool guitar part and I'm not happy with it, well, chances are someone who doesn't know the guitar is going to like it, or someone who doesn't appreciate or like understand on a deep level the way that I may, like a solo or like whatever, or sound or whatever it is. Like another listener is just going to be like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
As opposed to me, that's just like, no, like there's this little thing here and it doesn't sound right at this moment. And like, it's like, but like, it doesn't matter, because the average person is not going to like dissect it the way you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep at it.
So keep at it and just publish, finish, get done.
Yeah. Export
your video, export it, just do it, and then post it.
The future is inevitable, but let's travel back in time.
So January 26, 1998, on television, Bill Clinton, or as my one of my college professors used to call him, Bronco Billy. He denies having I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Plot twist. On August 17th, later on that year, Clinton admitted to having an improper physical relationship with Monica Lewinsky, 22-year-old intern. So maybe there was a loophole in what he was saying. So he did not have sexual relations, but he had an improper physical relationship. That's what many people on the news have said, that he wasn't being transparent, and which made him say he wasn't lying.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yuck.
But further investigation led to charges of perjury and impeachment, which is what I was foreshadowing before, by the House of Representatives. But he was subsequently released of all charges, impeachment charges, in a 21-day Senate trial.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So 2020. Kobe Bryant died.
I remember where I was that day.
Me too. I was in Applebee's.
I was working that weekend,
Yeah.
and I heard it, like, just watching it on the news, and
Yeah, it was on all the TV.
my jaw dropped.
Yeah, I thought that was
In a
cool.
helicopter.
Helicopter, yeah, in the fog, because it got really foggy. Yeah, so one of the greatest ball players of all time met his end. That's pretty sad. And there's still mourning the loss of him today. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
He was a good man.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah. Definitely. So moment of silence for your boy Kobe.
It's time for Happy Crappy.
Hey Joe.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
It's great. It's a great day. Bright and early. Well, the light in front of me is bright.
Yeah,
We're recording at night again.
it's at night. You can kind of see on my clock, right? Can you see the time in that? Is it too far away?
8:33.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it does.
We
Oh,
live
yeah.
in we live in Alaska. It's 8:33 in the morning,
Yeah,
so it's not even
that's good, 'cause
sunny out.
If you're in Alaska.
Never been. I would love to go.
I would like.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we said that we were gonna go. That's our goal. Once we get 1,000 subs, right?
Was it Antarctica though?
Alaska and Antarctica, same diff.
I think it was like was it 1,000? I thought it
Yes.
was. I thought it was like more than that.
100,000.
100,000, 10,000. I mean, who knows?
I forget what episode it was on, but yeah, let's change the bar. If we're at like 1,000, yeah, Josh and I will go to Alaska or Antarctica, one of those cold
Yeah,
locations.
That's fine. We'll film from there. Okay. So
Let's put like an Alaska background.
well, we are on Zoom. We can do those backgrounds.
You sound like you've had a good day.
Yeah, so I had a great day today. I lost. I'm the lowest I've been again. I keep ticking away, which is great. I
Yeah,
keep thinking that I'm plateauing, but then I'm not. And then I lose a lot, which is so good. So I'm at 235,
Yeah.
which I was at 254 when I started this in the end of October.
Mhm.
So it's good. I'm almost on 20 pounds. Hopefully by the end of maybe next week I'll get there.
At your goal weight already?
Well, no. At 20 pounds, which would be
Okay.
234, which would just be another pound lower. But yeah, it was a good day. We celebrated my brother-in-law, Leo.
Oh yeah.
We had like a little celebration for him because they're getting married soon.
Yep.
And so it was good. And then just had a nice evening with my wife and kids, and
Kept it low key.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I had a lot of crappies actually. I had a good week this week as opposed to last week, which was god awful. This week was pretty good.
Yeah, you needed a break.
Yeah.
It's been a great day off that I had earlier this week. I had a snow day earlier this week, so I worked out, I ate breakfast, and it wasn't even 6:30 in the morning at that point in time. I I crushed it. Got work done. And it wasn't even 10 o'clock yet, and was playing guitar for like 4 hours.
Nice.
It was so great. But at the on the opposite side, my crappy, I had some stress because our worship leader, because I played guitar for worship team for my church, he got COVID, and which made myself the default guitarist, default lead guitarist. So it was, and I've only had to do that 1 or 2 times before. So I had to keep in mind dynamics in the worship team, hooks and rhythm, both at the same time. And don't just be a person that's shredding, be a person that is cognizant of the rest of the team. And it's just a lot to take in. So, but I have been prepping. It's happening tomorrow since we're filming on Saturday. It'll be Sunday morning. But ultimately, I had a good time with it. I prepped very well for it. I even created like a whole bunch of backing tracks for it, like just back to back, as if it's simulating our church service. That might have been a little bit extra of me, but it had like a nice click track, metronome, and guide vocal by myself. So I felt very prepared.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it takes to feel.
That's the thing about being anal retentive, just
Yeah.
focusing on it, and it
far.
just it took way too much, but I was just focusing on getting it done. Maybe not exactly perfect, because you can't really strive for perfection when it comes to other factors that are just going on.
Yeah, it's good. Still good to practice.
Absolutely.
But no, that's great, man. That's great that you practiced, and that I'm glad you had good happies.
So what we want you all to do right now is subscribe to Feeling Grounded Podcast and like this video. Share this video also to any person that you feel might benefit from this content. Also, follow us at Feeling Grounded Podcast on Instagram. That's at Feeling Grounded Podcast. We would like to see a lot more of you guys engaged on this channel. So please put a question or a comment, like this video, because it helps us in the analytics on YouTube and the algorithm. But ultimately, there's a lot of changes that may come in the future for Feeling Grounded, and I'm excited to see what we have in store for you guys. You've got questions?
You're feeling grounded.